Welcome to the podcast, Young in Love.
Hey, welcome to chapter 25. So guys, I turned 25 on the 25th of June and it was a beautiful experience. Thank you to everyone who celebrated me. I love you. And to those who took my birthday wish seriously, God bless you. I saw the links, I saw the shares, I saw the mentions, I saw the donation on Flutterwave and GoFundMe. I'm so grateful. Thanks guys. If you're new to this podcast, you're welcome. This is the Young in Love podcast and I am your favorite host, Keziah Vilawa. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing nuggets from the Hangouts. So we had this Podcasters Hangout at Surulere and I was in attendance. Somebody asked me a very important question and I felt like it was a question I was prepared for, even though I didn't see it coming. And that's because I had that conversation with a friend the previous week. I think it was Faye. She asked me a very important question and I will be sharing the question she asked and the answer to that question on this episode. Stay tuned. Welcome to this episode of the Young in Love podcast. So, about the question that Faye asked me, she asked how or what are the things to look out for when you're prospecting for love, when you're looking for love, when you're searching for love. What are those things to look out for? Because, we were introducing ourselves, telling others about our podcasts and what we do, where to find us and stuff. So when I mentioned that mine was the Young in Love podcast and it's a relationship-based podcast, she asked that question and I'm going to be sharing my answer with you. So for me, so like this is personal now, right? For me, there are pillars that I want to see in my relationship. And when I say relationship, I don't mean a romantic relationship already. I mean, when I'm prospecting for, when I'm still, what they call talking stage. When you're in that talking stage with somebody and you're trying to know, like, is this guy the person or is this babe the one? There are things I look out for. And actually, the list is inexhaustible, right? It's inexhaustible. But I've compressed it into 4. Maybe you can add yours and definitely I would like to see yours. You can add yours on Podroom. You can download the Podroom app because it allows you to comment on each episode and I can actually see your comments and respond. Others can see your comments and respond. We could chat there. If you think there's something I missed if you have a pillar and just whatever that you want to add to the list, something you look out for that I did not mention, you can add it in. Or you can find us on Instagram at YoungInLove_podcast and share your list with me. I'd love to see it. But this is mine, right? So the first thing I look out for is faith. And when I say faith, as a Christian, right, I want a Christian man. A man who has a relationship with God, who fears God, who reveres Him, who loves Him, and who basically just wants to please God. Because I find that in loving God genuinely, I'm not talking about eye service love for God. In loving God genuinely, that would automatically translate to loving me correctly, rightly. And I feel that will also translate to conscientious loving, if you know what I mean. Not the one who's going to be with me. We're supposed to be in an exclusive relationship, but he actually sees nothing wrong in being with other girls, pounding them out there and stuff like that. And so faith is very important. If you're not Christian, if you're Muslim, or if you're, a traditional worshiper or whatever it is that you are, faith is important. And I'm not saying that the person, you should love should be of the same faith with you. I'm just saying pay attention to that. I remember once, I think I was in law school at the time, I was talking with this guy and he said he is a Christian. When we got talking, we were talking about creation. And because the Bible says that God spoke some things into existence, that's what I believe, based on faith. But he said there's no such thing as that. that the first lady was Eva. There's one theory, right? There are people who believe that. So we were not agree, because I could not imagine having kids and I'm telling them something from the Bible and my husband is telling them something else, origin. Because at the end of the day, human beings want to know where we came from. How did we get to this place? Where are we headed and all? So as a Christian, there's a theory, that I subscribe to based on the Bible. And if this person does not agree, then, well, I don't know. So, but if you're a Christian and, you don't mind, you can be with a Muslim or you can be with an atheist or, that's fine. But then pay attention to faith. That's what I'm saying. If you're a Muslim, to the same thing. If you want to end up with a Muslim person, fine. If you're open, then that's fine. But your belief system, right, when it comes to spiritual things and faith and all, if you're not a spiritual person at all, too, it's fine. So you find somebody maybe who is okay with you not being spiritual, whatever it is, but faith is, a very important pillar for me. That's one thing I look out for. The next thing is chemistry. There has to be chemistry. Like, when I say chemistry, I mean this, strong attraction for the person. I want to look at my man to be. I want to look at my man to be and just be smiling in my heart like, now me get this one, no. Now me get down, I want to be looking at him and just be happy. So even when he pisses me, if I wake up in the night and he's sleeping and I'm just looking at him like this, when I look at his fine face, I'll be like, okay, let me relax. Now fine man you get luck. And then it's not just looks, you understand? I want to feel that connection. For instance, there's a guy that, he's everything. The faith is there. When it comes to faith, he ticked the box. But that chemistry part was missing completely. If I even imagine in my head, like, imagine myself hugging him or kissing him or something, I'll be like, what the hell? No, the thought of it used to irritate me. Like, nope. The funny thing, it's not like this person was a dirty person or anything. Correct somebody, but it just wasn't there. And there are things you cannot force. There are things you cannot fake. If it's not there, it's not there. I tried. For years, like, okay, it wasn't working. And I'm like, Keziah, you have to close the books on trying to, see if there's that chemistry, and it's not there. It's not. I know there have been times we hugged and I'm like, okay, your body is soft, but still. So I don't know if it's a thing of the mind or if it's just the body responding, but whatever it is, I know that chemistry for me is important. And with this particular person, it wasn't there, and I wasn't having it. The next is stability. I said you want stability in your relationship. So when you're prospecting, you need to look at, is this person stable? And when I say stability, is an umbrella term for a lot of things. Like, is he financially stable? Is he mentally stable? Is he socially stable? Right? So whatever it is that needs stability, it should come under this thing, this umbrella term, stability. So the spiritual stability, social, financial, emotional, mental, all kinds of stability. But stability is he stable? Because you don't want a partner who's round and round and round. Yeah? And when I say stability, humans change. Circumstances change us. Time changes us. Do you understand? But when I say this person has to be stable, there is a base, what's the word? There's a stability base that I'm looking for. And there's some things that cannot even be expressed in words. But I know that when I see it, when I feel it, I would know that this is what I'm talking about. So it has to be stable. So you don't end up with a psychopath, because now you're if you listen to the news and what's been happening in Nigeria, especially, there's a lot of stabbings going on, people doing all funny things, It's just a lot going on. People killing their lovers, and just you want someone who's stable. You really want someone who's stable, right? And then again, you don't want to suffer. As a guy too, you don't want, and that's why me, the way that I am like this now, I don't know if I don't think I'm ready for a relationship, because if you look at me like this now, I don't have money. I'm not a big girl. That's what I used to say, Keziah, you're a big girl. Keziah is not a big girl. So it's one of the things, and how will I spoil this man? How will I spoil him when I don't have money? And my love language, over the years, I've observed that one major love language of mine is gifts. Until I have given, I don't feel like I have shown love. So if I don't have money, how can I want to spoil her man? How now? So I feel like I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm not ready. And please, if you hear screams in the background from kids, pay no mind to that, because I'm recording from the comfort of my home, and my landlord's children appear to be having a circus out there. So excuse the noise in case you can hear it. Okay, so going on, when I say financial stability, there might be that bias that, because you're a girl, you're looking for a rich guy or this. It goes both ways, right? And when I say financial stability, I'm not saying, this person has to be wealthy or anything. Be stable. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And even for the guys to find somebody who, the money is not there, but at least serious potential is there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So find that stability. Then the very last one is friendship. For me, there has to be friendship. Like, if we are not friends, I don't think anything's gonna work. And when I say friendship, I don't just mean knowing a person, because you can know somebody from the office, or you can know someone from church, and when you guys see every Saturday or every Sunday at church, you say hello, hi, happy Sabbath, or happy Sunday, or whatever it is, all those courtesies that people exchange. You can do that. Or maybe choir practice can bring you guys together. The praise band, stuff. Those are activities that connect you guys. But don't mistake those things for friendship. Friendship is, take some of those activities away. Take them away. What is left between the both of you? Can you guys just stay and gist randomly, talk about this, talk about that, have fun? Even when you disagree respectfully, and you just carry on, rub minds. Are there times when you guys are serious? Are there times when you guys play, laugh? Do you share happy moments together? Do you feel at ease? If stuff happens, is he the first person you want to talk to about it? Is she the first person you want to talk to about it? That's friendship, right? Sometimes you don't even have anything to discuss, but this person just hits your mind, and then you decide, let me call her or let me call him. And you say, I just wanted to check up on you. Your thoughts, cross my mind. What's up now? How are you doing? And the person will download the person's history to you. I mean, for the day, this is how my day went, even without asking. When a person likes you, when that friendship is there, you don't even need to ask. The conversations are not forced when there's friendship. The conversations flow, very natural, very organic. So if you find that you're having to force conversations with people, even when texting on WhatsApp or Facebook or IG or Twitter, wherever, or phone call, you feel like if you don't talk, the conversation doesn't continue. You're the one who's sustaining it. Get the hints, man. There has to be friendship, and just a part of friendship involves sharing certain things in common, because I don't think friendship can exist when both of you are completely different. I'm not saying find your carbon copy, but there has to be some things that you guys share in common. For instance, your hobbies. What do you guys look forward to doing when you have spare time, when you have free time? Do you want to see movies? Do you want to go hiking? Do you want to do water sports, paintballing, sip and paints? All those fun activities, recreational stuff, swimming, and all that. Are those the things you want to do? Or I can't tell you these things. You know what I'm talking about. Does your relation with this person feel natural? Is it organic? Do you enjoy it? There has to be friendship. And maybe I'm complicated, I don't know, but sometimes I feel like when a person, I get scared when a person that I like gets too comfortable with me. I know it's ironic because I just said one thing and then I'm saying the opposite of that thing. It's like we're getting to know each other and you just open mouth, wow, and yawn, or you're chewing and you're just chewing carelessly, you're just eating carelessly, because now you're comfortable with Keziah, so you just let yourself go like that. I like it when I see that person that I like, or not when I don't like you, you'll just be doing jaga jaga around me. I will be so irritated. I like it when a person that I like starts to feel comfortable with me, around me, and say, I love it. I love to see it. When I see the guy do certain things, I'm like, oh, he's getting comfortable with me. That's nice, But at the same time, I'm like, is he not getting too comfortable with me? I hope he doesn't tell me later now that I'm like a sister to him, because I will not know how to feel about that, But again, it's good to be comfortable with someone you're prospecting for a relationship. So these were the things that I shared during the hangouts. The first one, faith rather. The second, chemistry. The third, stability. And the fourth, friendship. So this list is not in order of importance or priority or anything. They're just there. You can arrange the list anyhow you want. Okay, depending on what is more important to you. If faith is not important and what is more important is stability, then fine. If it's chemistry for you, you put that like sex every morning, afternoon, night. If chemistry is the most important for you, then it should rank as number one. If friendship is the most important for you, you don't really care about the rest, but friendship, it has to be there. Marry your friend. So friendship should be number one for you, right? So I didn't arrange it in any order of importance. Faith for me is important, so that's why I put it there as my number one. So now listen, there are times when you meet a person and out of these four, the person has three. You're attracted to that person, so there's chemistry. When it comes to faith, you guys are agreed fundamentally on the same things. When it comes to stability, it's there. He's stable or she's stable. But you see that friendship is lacking. So you want to build the friendship. You want to force it because in your head, this person ticks everything. No, don't do it. If there's one thing that should be natural, that should be organic, it is friendship. That one, don't force it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be that rope that keeps you guys together. When you're not in your feels for chemistry, when something shakes your stability, a little bit, life happens. If you guys are friends, that thing can still manage to hold you guys together. So if there's one thing on this list you should not force, you should not fake, you should not ignore, is the presence or the absence of friendship. Don't do it. Then there are times where the friendship is there, chemistry is there, you're super attracted to this person, and stability is there, but faith is a problem. You want to pray, and the person's like, why are you praying to somebody that does not exist? Why? There's no God. Or if there was ever a God, he abandoned us to our faith on this earth, blah, blah, blah. You might have issues. Then sometimes faith is there, stability is there, friendship is there, but there's no chemistry. That is when you hear stuff like you're like a brother to me or you're like a sister to me. You've become so close to this person. The friendship is so superb that something in your head is telling you that this person is your this guy. In fact, you now get to the point where you can't even imagine hugging him. You can't even imagine kissing him again. You can't, because something in your head has been hardwired. He's like a brother to you or he's like a sister to you. So chemistry is missing. If chemistry is missing, I don't know if you can force that one. For me, I can't force it. I cannot. It has to be there. It has to be there naturally. But some people are able to bring themselves to, okay, I don't know how people do it, but I can't speak for anybody, Then there are times when chemistry will be there, faith is there, friendship is there, no stability. Person is not emotionally mature, it's not financially stable, not mentally stable, always in and out of depression. In that situation, you can recommend counseling for such a person, and see if you can walk through it together and all, So, but that's something you should definitely look out for. So there are times when everything will not be present on the list. So what do you do? That's a rhetoric. It's left for you to answer. But for me, these four have to be present. So now if you have any other thing that for you should be present, but I did not mention, I would love to hear it. And I want to hear it on Podroom or maybe my Instagram at younginlove_podcast. I'll be waiting for your comments and your contributions and your input. This is by way of information. I'm going to be doing an episode on what men really mean when they say or when they ask their women, what do you bring to the table? Because, recently I've been hearing a lot of guys talking about what does she bring to the table. So we are going to be hearing from the guys, right? When you say or when you ask your woman or anybody at all, what does she bring to the table? What exactly are you asking? I want to know. And when I do that episode, I'm not going to be talking this much. I'm going to let the guys speak. I want you, if you're a guy listening to this, please, I want to hear from you. Okay, let's take the recent happening. The CEO and Chidinma, he was murdered and she is the suspect. It is alleged that she murdered him. Now, people have been saying, oh, he has such a successful wife, a beautiful wife. If you're talking about what does she bring to the table, she works well, has a good career with the NNPC, so that's definitely money coming in. She's pretty. So if it's the money, if it's the beauty, if it's the brains, she was bringing all of those. So what exactly drove him to a mistress? So people have been asking, what do men really want? What does she bring to the table? What does she bring to the table? Look at the whole spec with all that she was bringing to the table. Yet he was out there. So I want to hear from you. I really, really want to hear from you. I mean the men. What is it you want women to bring to the table? Because when a woman says, I bring my personality to the table, or I give you peace of mind, I've heard some guys say that those things are not tangible. So is it possible that when you say, what do you bring to the table, you're basically asking for material things like money and all those other stuff? Meanwhile, some of the guys are saying they just want her to bring peace. Like, just bring peace to the table, be my peace and all. They're not looking for tangible stuff. So I believe that the response to this question is very personal. And so I want to hear from you guys. You can make an audio of no more than 3 minutes and send it to younginlovepod@gmail.com. younginlovepod@gmail.com. Just make your audio. You don't have to say your name. Keep your identity. We don't really want to know who you are. Except, of course, you're free. You know, you're fine with mentioning your name at the beginning of your audio, and that's fine. If not, just go straight to the point and keep it short. No more than 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, tell me what exactly you want your woman to bring to the table. And please, don't talk about others. I want your audios to be personalized, right? What you want your woman to bring to the table, if you want her to bring anything at all. So guys, we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for listening. Until when next to meet, bye and be good.
Young in Love.